Is it detrimental to be perceived as a failure? The perspective you adopt is key. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus shared insightful views on the general human quest for accomplishment. In a society that cherishes wealth and fame as markers of success, Epictetus regarded these as trivial compared to the truly valuable things in life, which, according to him, are found internally. He pointed out that the relentless chase for achievements and external validation prevents us from attaining something much more profound, a state of happiness that remains constant, unaffected by the fickle nature of external circumstances and others' opinions. Yet, the fear of being labeled as failures leads us to endure suffering for societal acceptance. It's a regrettable condition, as this reliance on external factors diminishes our opportunity for happiness and freedom. Epictetus believed in the importance of renouncing what he termed lesser things. If this results in society viewing us as complete failures, then it's a worthy sacrifice. This video isn't promoting self-neglect or harm. On the contrary, it reflects the Stoic perspective. It delves into Epictetus's teachings, offering an alternative view on life's priorities, the notion of failure, and why it's not necessarily negative to be perceived as such. For more insights into Stoic wisdom, refer to the book Stoicism for Inner Peace, which compiles my writings on maintaining serenity and focus. A link is available in the description. Defining the loser. What defines a loser? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and I quote, "A loser is a person who is incompetent or unable to succeed." End quote. However, competence and success are subjective. Competence varies based on who you ask. Likewise, success is a relative term. For some, running a small business like a hair salon is a success. For others, success equates to interplanetary travel. These definitions evolve with the changing cultural and societal norms, influenced by various factors like culture and religion. Thus, the idea of being a loser is ambiguous and essentially reflects societal perception. In contemporary consumerist and capitalist societies, this idea is often tied to the acquisition of external assets, notably money and fame. People have different visions of what completes them. For many, it includes a high-paying job, attractive partner, 2.3 children, and a suburban home. For others, it's a larger social media following and a vibrant social life as evidence of their appeal. Failing to align with these societal expectations brands one as a loser, unable to attain widely desired things and therefore unsuccessful. Sadly, being deemed a loser carries a dual burden, not only failing in others to keep eyes but also being mocked for it. But how essential are these societal expectations, and is being ridiculed for not meeting them truly a bad thing? This is where Epictetus's perspective becomes relevant. Chasing overvalued goals. What drives our desires? Why do material wealth, extreme riches, or social media fame allure us? It's their implied promise of happiness. We dream of being adored by many, sipping cocktails on a beach, basking in social media admiration. Initially, this may seem fulfilling, but soon we revert to our original state of happiness, now coupled with higher costs. Epictetus didn't value these external possessions. He saw them as fragile, enslaving, and crucially outside our control. Seeking wealth and fame means pursuing the ephemeral, chasing what can quickly disappear. This quest comes at a steep price, a sacrifice many are willing to make, but at the cost of much more. Epictetus used the example of someone aspiring to win at the Olympic Games, still a respected ambition today. However, he encouraged reflecting on the sacrifices involved and their overall benefit to our lives. One must adhere to strict regulations, undergo rigorous diets, avoid indulgences, and exercise regularly, regardless of personal preference, in various weather conditions. One is expected to abstain from certain refreshments like cold water or even wine. In essence, you surrender yourself to your trainer as if they were a medical professional. Yet in competition, you risk physical injuries, endure defeat, and face possible humiliation. Is such sacrifice worthwhile? Marcus Aurelius questioned the value of enduring hardships, former fleeting applause. Public admiration is notoriously transient, quickly turning to disdain. Epictetus observed that external pursuits are unreliable. He advocated focusing on what's within our control, virtues like inner peace, contentment, ethical conduct, serenity, and self-discipline. Everything else, he suggested, is secondary. Epictetus highlighted the distinction between our perceptions and reality. For instance, he pointed out that while we may view our families as uniquely precious, They are, objectively, ordinary humans. It's our perception that imbues them with specialness, not their inherent nature. This principle applies universally. The desirability of a pursuit often stems from perception rather than the object's inherent value. Our desires are frequently shaped by societal trends, leading us to covet or reject what others do. Epictetus prioritized inner happiness and freedom, suggesting that if pursuing these means being labeled a loser by societal standards, then it's a label worth embracing. But what truly constitutes being a loser? Is it an inherently negative state, or is our perception shaped by societal judgment? Imagine having basic necessities but lacking in social status, relationships, online popularity, or a prestigious job. Society might label such a person a loser, implying inferiority. This label is often perceived as a blow to one's ego. But is someone's worth truly diminished by their lack of external success? Epictetus argued against such superficial assessments. Famously stated that having more wealth or eloquence doesn't inherently make one superior. Wealth or eloquence merely indicates greater possession or skill in those specific areas, not overall human worth. Our external circumstances don't necessarily reflect our inner well-being, which is of utmost importance from a Stoic perspective. Yet, societal pressures often lead us to compromise our happiness and freedom for the sake of external validation. Therefore, being a loser isn't intrinsically negative. It's our interpretation that matters. If we view public opinion, reputation, and societal judgment as inherently unstable, often meaningless, and outside our control, we might find it easier to disregard them. Recognizing that the pursuit of not being a loser can impede a true happiness and freedom is key. In this light, embracing loserdom might actually enhance our capacity for joy and autonomy. Epictetus advises keeping the inevitability of death, exile, and other daunting prospects in constant awareness, particularly death. This approach, he suggests, prevents us from harboring lowly thoughts or excessively desiring anything. The cost of choices. Every path we choose in life comes with its own price. The key question is, what cost are we prepared to bear? Epictetus sharply differentiates two paths, that of the philosopher and that of the ordinary person. The latter often sacrifices inner well-being for societal desires like wealth and acclaim, trading freedom, health, and peace of mind in our relentless pursuit of societal standards. Conversely, choosing the philosopher's path might mean living a life devoid of the materialistic pursuits favored by the majority. This could lead to a simple, unadorned existence, potentially seen by many as a loser's life. Yet for Epictetus, the philosopher's highest priority is always inner tranquility and happiness, above work, money, and even basic needs. Epictetus stresses the importance of prioritizing inner well-being over external concerns. He argues that it's preferable to suffer material hardship than to live in turmoil. This standpoint, while seemingly extreme, consistently upholds his values. To achieve true invincibility, we must be ready to relinquish everything external. Clinging to even the smallest external thing gives it control over our mental state. Choosing to abandon these external pursuits is challenging, often met with little reward and even resistance. Epictetus warns of the hardships faced on this path: discomfort, labor, isolation, scorn, ridicule, and minimal recognition. We should carefully consider these sacrifices against the peace, freedom, and tranquility we seek. If unwilling to make these sacrifices, then philosophy as he teaches it is not for us. So are you regarded as a loser by others? Do you face mockery or disdain? Initially, this might seem like a disadvantageous position. However, it also has its merits. By not adhering to societal expectations, we preserve energy that would have been spent on trivial pursuits. In essence, being a loser spares us the cost of conforming. Ironically, this could make a loser a winner in a deeper sense. Following Epictetus's teachings, we need the wisdom to discern what is truly beneficial and the resolve to consistently prioritize these values, disregarding external accolades like wealth, power, and social status. As Epictetus put it, true freedom comes from disregarding things beyond our control, rather than aspiring for high-ranking positions. Thank you for tuning in.